This segment is sponsored by Dennis Goins of DennisGoins.com. Hi, I'm Lady Charmaine, and I'm back today with financial advisor Dennis Goins. How you doing today, Dennis?
I'm doing fine, Lady Charmaine. How are you?
Great. And now today we're going to be talking about file and suspend, a social security strategy. And I want you to talk to us a little bit about that because we know that many people are hitting the age of 65, 66, 67, and they're reaching the age where they could file for Social Security. Now, I thought this topic was very interesting because it talks about something where you could file and suspend so your spouse can receive Social Security benefits. So please go into detail with us about that.
Very good. Thank you very much. Charmaine, as we've talked about before, retirement planning is very key for a lot of individuals. And usually for most people, there's three major resources for their retirement. First is obviously their pension, their 401k or IRA benefits that they've been able to accrue. And next is their own personal investments like real estate income, savings, and et cetera. And the third pinnacle is pretty much Social Security. And for most people, Social Security is a primary source for their retirement income. And one of the things that's good in the Social Security system, even though it's very complex, there's some flexible strategies, claiming strategies that you can use that it can increase your benefit. And one of the benefits we want to talk about today are the strategies is file and suspend. And what file and suspend means is, in most people, it's what we call full retirement age is usually age 66 to 67. And depending on your situation, once you're at full retirement age at 66, you may decide that you do not want to receive those benefits. So you can do what we call a file and suspend those benefits to a later time. And so why do you want to file and suspend? Well, unlike your pension and some of the assets, Social Security is inflation-based. So if you get a pension that pays you $5,000 or $6,000 a month, you're going to get $5,000 or $6,000 a month for the rest of your life. On the other hand, Social Security is inflation-based. It basically can increase based on the cost of living. And so whatever that number or when you start, that's inflation protected for the rest of your life. And the key part about that, the longer you wait, the higher your Social Security benefit. For example, if a person waited to age 70, their Social Security benefit is 32% more. And once again, it's inflation protected. So a lot of people are considering that as a strategy to extend and increase their retirement income. And one of the key parts about it is there's also options for couples, particularly if you're married couples, where you can both work and have a strategy where both of the individuals can benefit. For example, if you had an individual that is retiring at age 66 and they want to continue working to age 70, they can do a file and suspend their benefit. And say, for example, they're getting $2,000 a month. Well, if they file and suspend at $2,000 a month, their spouse can then receive what we call a spousal benefit for $1,000 a month. And obviously he can start getting that benefit, and the individual that waits until age 70 gets a 32% bigger benefit. So both of them work, and it works well for both of them. So I encourage a lot of the listeners to discuss that strategy with your advisor and talk about how you can work and extend your Social Security benefits. And there's also a situation where individuals that want to retire and both work beyond age 66, one of the spouses, the higher income spouse, can file and suspend, and the other spouse can do what we call a restricted spousal benefit election. And what that means is they can get the spousal benefit up from age 66 on, and then once they reach age 70, they can get their higher benefits. So there's a lot of opportunities to extend and expand on your Social Security options out there, and I encourage it. And that's, kind of a little secret that's out there for the most part, because obviously that Social Security probably wants you to take it at age 66, and obviously that's less money than at age 70. And some individuals say, well, hey, I might not live a long life, and what if I, don't live to a certain age? What happens? Well, the crossover age is pretty much 82 years old if you wait to age 70, based on the file suspend strategy. And more importantly, if you file and suspend, and say, for example, you're at age 66 and you file and suspend, and at age 68 you have a terminal illness, you can ask and get a lump sum refund for the benefits that would have been from age 66 to age 68.
Wow.
That could help you. So it's kind of, you got to know those ins and outs. It's not advertised on a billboard anywhere, but those are some of the options that are out there. On the other hand, if you delay and don't file and suspend at 66 and you wait to age 68 and not file and suspend, the Social Security system will only pay you for 6 months.
Because I'm still trying to understand, Mr. Goins, I'm still trying to understand when you say file. So you file for your Social Security and then you suspend it so they don't give it to you. So that works better for you than you not filing and then filing when you're 68. I'm still trying to figure out, why does that work better for you? I'm sure you probably explained it. I'm just trying to get it. It may be a listener out there that maybe just like me, I still don't get that. Because, do the government know? It sounds like you could be cheating the government, but you may not be cheating the government. So I'm just trying to get that.
That's a very good question. The key point is when you're at age 66, go and talk to the Social Security Department.
Okay.
Either file and suspend, meaning that you file for benefits, and I don't want my benefits now, I'll file and receive. A lot of people may say, well, I'm going to wait to age 67. I'm working, and I don't want Social Security right now because I'm still working. That can be a mistake because if you don't file and suspend at the full retirement age, they only can give you benefits for 6 months. The accrual for 6 months. But if you file and suspend and you change your mind at a later age, you can get the full lump sum refund for what you did. So the whole key point is at age 66 or whatever your full retirement age is, file with the Social Security Department. You can either file and receive your benefits or file and suspend, but do not let that pass because you would have a problem there.
That is good information. You also talked about retroactive benefits. Right.
Right. The retroactive benefit, again, is if you file and suspend and you later want to reinstate those benefits, whatever that benefit was at age 66, they would give you a lump sum check for that benefit. Mm-hmm. That's if you file and suspend. And you typically, and that could happen, again, if a person's planning to work to age 70 or later, and they file and they suspend, and at age 68 they decide, well, hey, I don't want to work anymore. So I want to go ahead and get my Social Security benefits at age 68. Well, obviously, they can get the benefits at age 68, but they can also get the refund for what they should have gotten from 66 to 68. And, of course, the benefit would be based on the 66 age. So it can be, what we're talking is very complex, but just because it's complex, it shouldn't be ignored because there's opportunities to basically increase your retirement income. And 32% more of income is a significant factor for individuals when we start talking about life expectancy of 86, 88 years old. That can be a lot of time. That's 18 years more, and of a higher benefit that's inflation protected. So I found with my clients, a lot of them obviously didn't know about it, but more importantly, they work at where they work or whether they use some of their retirement or pension to kind of tide them over to age 70. That can help them in their total retirement income for both them and their spouse.
Okay. So, Mr. Goins, if someone wanted to reach you to talk to you more about this and have you break it down a little bit more in person, where can they find you?
They can reach me on my website at www.dennisgoins.com. My email address is dennis@dennisgoins.com. And also they can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I have a Facebook page, Dennis Goins and Associates. So some of the things we're talking about is a bit complex, but it's very important, and you're not going to read it on a billboard, and that's the value, I think, of at least understanding file and suspend is a strategy that can help you in your retirement.
I think that was so good. I mean, that was great information. My mother, she's 66 years old, and I know I had never heard of file and suspend, a flexible Social Security strategy. So thank you so much for sharing that with me today and also our audience. Mr. Goins, I look forward to talking with you on next week.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you for listening. If you would like to learn more about financial investments, contact Dennis Goins at dennisgoins.com.